Democrats learned a very important lesson. To win in November, all they have to do is this one thing: listen. Because Tuesday night, Democrats flipped a state legislative seat in Arkansas. Arkansas. And I'm going to tell you why that matters for the entire country. But first, I want to recap. This is a state, Arkansas, that Trump won by 26 points in 2024. A state that's governed by Sarah Huckabee Sanders, whose main policy achievement so far is banning the word Latinx and designing a new state flag that looks like it was made in the 2005 version of PowerPoint. That Arkansas. But like I said, there is so much more to this story, and it matters for our national elections in November. Democrat Alex Holliday won the special election for House District 70, beating Republican Bo Renshaw by double digits. This is the 27th Republican state legislative seat that Democrats have flipped since Trump took office. Republicans, in that same period, have flipped 0 Democratic seats. 0. 27-0. In youth sports, that's a mercy rule win. And still, Trump has to put out this sad graphic. I mean, that's laughable. But here's the lesson that I want to talk about. Because it's easy to say that Democrats have a cakewalk to November because Trump is just that toxic. And yeah, he is. He's unpopular. Voters are pissed off. Democrats are benefiting from that. But that simplification misses the mechanics of all of it. This goes way deeper than Trump is clearly unwell. The question is how or why we are winning. Holliday won for one reason. He knocked on doors and he asked people a simple question. What matters to you? And here's what's fascinating. He didn't even have to ask about the main issue. People just brought it up, unprompted, over and over again. One of his taglines, his campaign taglines, was literally, quote, "What matters to you?" And what did people respond with? Grocery prices, utility costs, healthcare. And specifically, in the face of all of that, the Republican governor's plan to spend hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars building a brand new, enormous prison in rural Arkansas. This wasn't Trump is bad. It's not using the national messaging. It's not identity politics or fighting any of the Republican weirdness out there like bathrooms. It is my electric bill went up $40, my hospital is about to close, and instead you are building a prison. Over 100,000 Arkansans are set to lose their health care coverage under Trump's big ugly bill. Rural hospitals, the only hospital for 40 miles in some of these counties, are looking at closing. And the Republican response has been to build a prison. We need more prison. Great prison. Trump won this district +4 in 2020. And now Holliday won by double digits in 2026. All because of a consistent, accelerating, economically driven collapse of Republican support in places where the Republican Party has simply stopped delivering anything that actually matters to their constituents. And I am here screaming that to win in November, Democrats need to actually understand how to win in red America. And they should all study this exact race. You don't need campaign consultants or some brilliant ad. All you need to do is show up, ask what matters, and most importantly, listen to what people have to say and run on that. People care about the economy, healthcare, immigration. And this doesn't happen because suddenly people love Democrats. Our party, frankly, is pretty unpopular right now. This happens because voters right now, all across the country, especially in deep red rural counties, looked at their grocery receipts. They looked at how their kids' schools, the spending is being cut, and their hospital is closing. And they're asking a simple question. What has the Republican Party done for us lately outside of making our lives worse and proposing a giant prison? That is why Holliday won, and that is how Democrats will win in November.
They called it closed, filed away, forgotten, But some truths don't stay buried. Time doesn't erase guilt. A reckoning is always just around the corner. A death in Arcadia. Justice has a long memory.